Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Megan Burkhart and I teach literacy development at Cocalico High School. Literacy development is a learning support class where students receive direct instruction in reading and written expression. So I wanted to take some time today to go over the course with you and give you an idea of what is happening inside my classroom. To make sure that students receive all the instruction that they need while they're with me, we break the class down into 4 parts. So I'm going to go through each one of those parts for you so that you have a better understanding of what's taking place in my classroom each day. The first area that we're going to focus on is direct instruction. This is the part of class where students receive direct information, direct skills, direct teaching on their reading and their writing. So one of the ways that we do this is by using the Scholastic Action magazines. Now, the Scholastic Action magazines really take the place of a classroom textbook. These magazines come once a month, and they include fiction and nonfiction articles that are focused on current events, high interest, teen relevant articles. So I like these because they don't become outdated. Typically, students find them interesting or relevant, and they are written at 3 different reading levels. So the magazine comes at a middle ground reading level, but I also have the option to pull a higher text or a lower text if I feel that that's appropriate for any students in the class. So it's written at a way that students can understand, and this is useful because it allows me to work on some of those reading skills that students typically have trouble with when they're reading a more challenging text. So we work on things like summarizing, identifying main idea, cause and effect, sequencing, pulling out information to support your writing, identifying new vocabulary, and all of those really important reading skills. Typically, we work on these things together, so we practice reading out loud, listening to our peers read out loud, and then we take what we've read and we use it to practice some of those skills. The other area that we do for direct instruction is called sim writing. So sim writing is a model where we start with basic sentence structure, simple sentences, and we continue to develop that from the ground up until students are feeling confident in their sentence writing ability and they're able to write with simple sentences, compound, complex sentences, and then eventually we can move out and focus on paragraph writing, essay writing, and things like that. I know there's a lot of students coming into high school that struggle to write with complete sentences. Maybe they're writing run-ons, maybe they're writing fragments. And so starting with the really foundational skills at the beginning of the semester is important. So we can start to get rid of some of those bad habits and really reinforce their sentence structure needs that they may have. We also use this time to work on progress monitoring toward IEP goals. So this is where students show me once a month how they're doing with their reading fluency, reading comprehension, reading analysis, written expression skills, and then that's what I use to provide feedback toward their progress reports at the end of each quarter. The second piece of our class focuses on the Read 180 software. So the Read 180 program includes an assessment that we give on the first day of school, so your student has taken that already. And what that assessment does is it gives us their lexile or their reading level. But it also takes that information and then it makes sure that the activities that they do on the software directly align with what their current reading level is and what areas they need to work on to improve their reading moving forward. So that's nice because each student's activities are slightly different depending on what they need to work on. The goal for Read 180 is that we work on that for at least 20 minutes a day, and that's something that we track the time of to make sure students are doing that. And then they have some benchmarks that they need to meet along the way as well. The next piece of class then focuses on our independent reading. So what I find is that typically when coming into high school, students haven't often found a book that they've really enjoyed before, and they might not have a good feeling about reading. Maybe it's just not something that they've enjoyed in the past. So my goal for them is to help them find a book that they like and that they understand. And so we spent the first couple weeks of school really looking through my classroom library. We compared books that they liked with what their reading level is, and hopefully by this point they're all reading something that they're relatively interested in at this point. And then we take that book that they picked and we use that to practice some of those reading skills that we're looking at during the direct instruction time. So they're being asked to do a reading log that they work on a little bit every day, and in that reading log they're practicing summarizing, making predictions, asking questions, making connections, identifying important information, and identifying new vocabulary. And so at the end of every 5 days, they've got a completed reading log, and we continue to build their reading skills through something that they're hopefully enjoying to read. The last piece of class that we work on is journals. And journals is really allowing us to focus on our writing skills and taking the things that we learned during direct instruction and being able to practice them a little bit more independently. So this is where we target some grammar and some conventions. So they'll work on sentence structure, capitalization, punctuation, and spelling. Also being able to find mistakes in someone else's writing, which is an important skill. And then we also use this time to work on more creative writing. So they'll receive a picture and be asked to write a story, or I will give them a would you rather question where they have to choose a response and then use evidence or their own opinion to support their writing. And then we also have some free writing time included. This structure seems to work pretty well, keeps us busy, keeps them moving, but also makes sure that they are constantly working on developing those really important reading and writing skills as we move forward. If you have any questions about the course or what's going on in the classroom, please do not hesitate to contact me at any time. My email address is at the top of the slide here. You're also welcome to call the school if you have any questions. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you.